You sick of all the same dudes running up, follow you around, hope you fall in love, but they don't see you like I do, yeah. All your friends, they see it too, that I'm the one who looks you in the eye, speaking like I mean it, what's inside, know these others try and play the part, but I'm the one who made it to your heart. Yeah, I show up on time, I know you need that love, tell you everything that you don't hear enough. I fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring, always on my mind, you know I need that love. Yeah, I show up on time, I know you need that love, tell you everything that you don't hear enough. I fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring, always on my mind, you know I need that love. You know I'm always one step ahead of you, holding open doors when you're walking up, cause they don't see me like you do, yeah. There's nothing I won't do for you, I'll be there for you, I'll be whatever you need from me, I'll be, even when it's hard, just know I'll be holding it together, girl, you know that's on me. Yeah, I'm the one who looks you in the eyes, speaking like I mean it, what's inside, know these others try and play the part, but I'm the one who made it to your heart. Yeah, I show up on time, I know you need that love, tell you everything that you don't hear enough. I fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring, always on my mind, you know I need that love. Yeah, I show up on time, I know you need that love, tell you everything that you don't hear enough. Fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring, always on my mind, you know I need that love. You sick of all the same dudes running up, follow you around, hope you fall in love, but they don't see you like I do, yeah. All your friends, they see it too, that I'm the one who looks you in the eye, speaking like I mean it, what's inside, know these others try and play the part.
Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling.
Oh, all right,
Hey,
all right.
fam.
Here we go. It's another Thursday. It's about to get real up in here. Christina, I don't know if you ready. I'm ready.
Yes.
Hopefully y'all ready to have this conversation today, because this is one thing that has been a thorn in so many marriages, right?
Y'all here for this today. Like, you know, we about to talk about these differences.
Y'all already know,
we
like
different, babe.
we different, and you know, some of your differences get on my nerves.
Likewise,
You
sir.
know,
Likewise.
and you know, and if some of y'all may be saying, look, we so different that like I'm almost thinking about divorce. Like it almost feel like we ain't
Could
supposed to
be.
be together.
Yeah.
Like look, we gonna talk about some real things today.
Yes.
We love y'all. We want y'all to give a shout out. Let us know where y'all from today. If
right.
you're joining us from YouTube, Twitter,
Talk back to
Facebook,
us.
y'all come and talk back to us. We want
Yeah.
y'all to be a part of this conversation, because that's what this is, a conversation.
It is. It's a discussion, man. Let's come on in as a marriage community and let's talk about these differences. Let's learn how to embrace the differences. Let's learn what these differences are all about. But before we do that,
Absolutely.
what's good, Dawn, out there in Centerville, Georgia, going on 4 years of marriage?
Come on,
sis,
y'all.
what's good?
We want to know. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, love. Well, I want you guys to just share, like, where are you guys watching from? How long you've been married? Tag your spouse. Let them know Married for Real is on. Tag somebody. Tag if they're married or thinking about getting married. Let them know you guys need to come and get this marriage education.
Come on, man, because we're gonna talk some real stuff, and we want y'all to talk to us about the real. Let us know where you're from. Tag some people. We see y'all right now. We see you, Dawn. Number one, we want to give you a shout out. Thank y'all. Thank you, Dawn, for rocking with us. We see you, Alexis.
Hey.
What's up, fam? We up in here. Clarity over there in California. Tell Johnny we say hey. Our people. Alexis from Chicago again.
Hey, sis.
Smith Gang, James. Come on, King. We've been looking for some people to be. I want the Kings to be here with me.
All right. The James in the building. Smith Gang
Come on,
Legacy.
Smith Gang.
What's good?
Come on, gang.
Be reading that book, babe.
We got Eureka over there in Houston on YouTube. Man, look, we want to give you Crystal. We see you, Crystal, from Mississippi. Like, we want to welcome all of y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tag some people right now. Make sure you tag, because the reason why we want y'all to tag people is because y'all can reach people that we can't reach.
Facts.
You know, and so mama, daddy, sister, cousin, auntie,
your neighbor, somebody.
Whoever need to hear this information on marriage, maybe they need to be here.
So good morning to some, good afternoon to others. Let's see who else we got.
What's going on? Living, loving life. Jackie. What's that? Tuscaloosa. Man, welcome. Tammy, we see you from Columbia. South Cackalack. Come on. Good morning, Katrina. We see you from South Florida. Look, we are ready. We are ready, babe. I don't know about you, but we gonna be watching some of these comments as it comes in. But we want to jump right into this thing here, because it's gonna be crazy right now. Because this is some serious thing that we're gonna talk about, right, babe?
And if y'all have questions, again, we're watching the chat, so go ahead and put it in the comments. We're watching it, but today, love, we're going to be talking about the natural differences that we all have in marriage, all right? First of all, I'm a whole female out here.
Come on.
You're a man. You're different. I'm different than you, right?
Yep.
And what we're finding in marriage is that we're demonizing one another's differences. You know, we're attacking the other person. We're making them feel small. We're making them feel insignificant. You know, something's wrong with you because you're not like me. You know, that's hurtful. And so we want to just see if we can bring some understanding to this topic today. Absolutely, because
it's this thing that's out right now, and it's been out for a while where people say they talk about compatibility. Compatibility, you know, are we compatible? You know, and most people think that compatibility means
we supposed to be together. We're soulmates.
Similarity.
Yep.
And they think that compatibility means similarity. Like things are supposed to be the same. But what we discovered is that compatibility can be totally opposite.
Absolutely. You know, we're compatible in many areas. We have many similarities. But throughout our marriage of almost 23 years, coming up in a couple months.
Come on.
Man, we're very, very different. And we're going to talk about the first difference that we definitely have. And I'm sure a lot of y'all can agree to this area.
We see y'all. We see you, Dawn. We see Tokyo. We see you, Valerie. We see Brittany. We see y'all. What's going on?
Great topic. We see y'all out there. So keep commenting. But we're about to talk about this first area that I'm sure a lot of married couples on here today can identify with when it comes to communication styles.
Right. Okay.
Right. We are very different.
Okay, let's talk about it, then. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Because and this may be fun, but look, this may be funny.
This is the first area we're going to talk about.
But you know, when we start to realize that our communication styles were different, this thing, like, we laughing about it, but this thing almost tore up our marriage.
Oh, facts.
Am I telling the truth?
Yeah, because number one, you need honor as a man and you need respect as a man, but we've always been friends. So I'm very familiar with you. You know, we hang out, we chill, we kick it. And so I just talk to you like I would talk to my brothers, you know.
Come on now, you can't do that now.
I'm an only girl and I have two brothers, you know, and so I didn't grow up in an environment with a father that I would look up to and say, yes, sir, no, sir, honor and reverence. I didn't know all of that. You feel me? So when I would just talk, you know, however I felt, whatever emotion I felt, I spoke.
right? Like that's like I'm
keeping it a buck, man.
Like we're gonna be real because that like when you would say certain things, there would be no filter coming off to me, and I was guilty of it too.
Oh yeah.
But
testify, LaTroy.
I was guilty of it too.
Please.
Because I was rough, abrasive sometimes.
Like I'm your homeboy.
But and honestly, but when you get older, it's like, okay, hold on, this ain't working.
That part.
When you in your 20s, it's cool, it's cute. We have our sayings and stuff, but when you get in your 20s, it's like, okay, hold on, we can't say that no more. And we realize that we got to do better. But when we started to actually try to do better, we realized that our different, like your difference, you came out of a family that was.
I'll talk about me. You talk about you, sir.
I want to talk about you. Can I talk about you?
See, go ahead, sir.
I want to talk about you a little bit.
Tell the people.
Can I throw her under the bus a little bit? Like,
tell the people, LaTroy.
But her communication style was a break, like straight up. I'm gonna tell you how I feel because she came out of a background with a family. They got together and they could be having fun, but it sounded like they're fighting.
Demon mouth.
Like there is going to be a fight when they get together with their family. And so when we got
normal,
it was a normal
communication
thing.
styles. Yeah.
It was normal. The conflict was normal. And so when we got together, it was like, okay, we can talk, baby. Let's talk. And it's like, no, you did that demon mouth.
Very confrontational.
The demon mouth.
Yeah. Very
confrontational.
Yeah, like if I had an issue with you, like I would just, it was a lot of aggression, right? And then over time, what we were finding is that my upbringing and your upbringing, because I felt like hated conflict.
Right.
And because you hated conflict and you wanted peace, I felt like you had this avoidance behavior. Like I felt like, yeah, babe, you had an avoidance communication style. Like, come on, sisters out here. Anybody else got one of them? I don't want to talk about that because that could potentially lead to an argument.
Oh my God! See, and so because the way that I came out, I grew up, basically with my grandparents, right? And my grandma, like whenever she had an issue with me, she would, she had this dining room table that she would call me to come into, and she would say, "Hey, come on, let's talk. Y'all know when I used to do it. Come, let's talk. Sit down at the table.
Let's sit down and have a conversation."
I used to want to get into that demon mouth with my grandma, but she said, "No, let's not do that. Let's talk. We gonna talk like sensible adults here."
Wow.
And so that's the way I kind of grew up, and I was trained to communicate when there was like issues or a concern. So when we got together, that was like a major clash.
I think my style was more so immediate. I would come into the conflict with aggression. Like, if I had an issue with you, I would just bring it with a lot of energy, right? And I think that was my style growing up. Your style was more so, let's sit down, let's talk about it and all that. Nah, I don't like what you did, okay? The heck with all of that.
Come on.
But your girl had to learn real skills out here. So communication styles was definitely, and I would even still say it's still a difference that we both have.
Yeah.
But because we love God, right? We're walking with the Holy Spirit. We've allowed the Holy Spirit to edit our communication styles, and we're going to get into that.
Hold on. I see Prophetess Rosalind. She said, "I'm a mixture of both of y'all." Now, how can you explain that? Explain that, Prophetess Rosalind Jones. A mixture of both. So you sitting there, you arguing with yourself like today I'm gonna be reasonable. It just depends on what day they catch you, right?
I think we all a mixture of both.
But this was definitely a difference for us that later on in the marriage we realized that we had. It wasn't like, because we both, I think at first was the type that would, come out and approach each other the wrong way and kind of be confrontational like that. But then later on, it was like, no, I need my peace, y'all. Fellas, where the kings at?
I'm here for that, babe.
I need my peace.
Not just the kings. Us women want peace too now.
But look, y'all women want peace. and I'm gonna talk to the ladies out there.
right.
You want peace, but the way to peace is to have a cordial, nice conversation.
All
you
right.
know,
Let's sit down and reason
Let's
together.
sit down and reason. Give us some grace. Start to give the grace ministry. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And let's communicate. But that was a major difference, right?
Yeah, this was, and I would still say is a difference for us. Okay, I would often tell you lack emotions.
Ooh.
Okay, you just lack emotions all over, like coal. You know, like yo, hello, are you human out here in these streets? So when I didn't see emotions coming from you or empathy and things like that, you know, I would demonize it. You know, I would literally call you cold hearted, you heartless. You know, I would start name calling.
And can we talk about that? Because a lot of people are going through this right now because most men, like, we don't know how to inject emotions into a lot of our conversations. And that's a big thing for a lot of couples that we talk to, and maybe a lot of y'all, you know, we gonna talk with y'all a little bit. Y'all put your comments out. We love your comments. But the wives are looking for us to be another woman. Like, respond to me like a woman. Respond to me like a woman. And it's like I'm sharing my emotions with you.
Have some compassion.
I'm sharing my concerns with you. But your response back to me is so stoic.
Yeah,
it's so
emotionless.
Like emotionless. And I'm like, I used to like, this has been a challenge for me. And I've gotten better.
Have, love.
I've gotten better?
Hands down. Because we've been getting on these skills and techniques out here.
Come on.
We've been learning.
Come on. I'm learning, right?
You are, babe.
And so, but I talk to a lot of men, and a lot of men is like, I don't know what she want me to do. You know, I'm responding to her. I think I'm responding to her the right way. I feel like I care about what she just said, but she's responding to me like I just gave a response like I don't care.
Facts. Yeah.
What is that difference?
Yeah, I felt like you didn't care, and ultimately it made me feel unloved. You know, so your difference of learning how to be more have to have more emotional intelligence.
Right.
You know, you had to learn that. And so I would demonize that part of you. And then you would demonize me for having emotions.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, why are you so emotional?
I used to say that a lot.
Wow.
I used to say that a lot. And that's one of the major things between a husband and wife is that when you don't understand that this person that you living with in a marriage is totally different from you. Now, you may agree and believe some things alike. You may like different things together, but still at the core, y'all are totally different people. IP standing up.
Okay.
She squats when she.
I like those differences.
Like there's clear difference, but we notice the difference on the outside, but then on the inside we are completely different. And in our communication, this is where we realize that a lot of our differences. She's looking for me to be soft and come out of that
like Christ
fix it mentality.
Clarity say be like Christ. Remember, babe, I used to tell you my standard for you is like Christ. That's the standard, LaTroy. I don't need, that's what I'm holding you to, right? And then Ebony says, it's me, oh Lord. I often respond without emotion. Ooh. He says he doesn't know how to read me, Ebony. So it's not just the men. What we're finding that sometimes it's the woman too that may respond without emotion.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It is so true. And I like what Antron said. Check this out. This is like Antron. This is like with every man. It's like if I don't show emotions while I'm conversing, it's as though I don't care about the issue we're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Antron, that's exactly what we're talking about.
And that's the point. And that's what Ebony says too, male and female. She's like, her husband feels like he can't read her. So like if we don't show emotion when somebody's pouring their heart out to you, okay? They're pouring their heart out to you and you're just sitting there looking at them.
Yeah.
They are going to sort of feel like you don't care, but that goes into learning active listening skills. Okay.
Yeah.
It's real skills involved in that.
And that kind of like goes into where once you because some differences should be accepted that, okay, you're just different. You're a man, I'm a woman. But there are some differences that you have to adjust and change.
Yeah.
Because we come into the marriage as a man. I'm going to talk to the man. Just like Antron just said. And most of the time, most men are like, I'm not going to display any of those emotions that you're looking for in the situation that we're talking about. But I do care.
Right.
So my response may be a response that, when I speak, I'm monotone, but when I speak, I do care. When I say, babe, I'm sorry, I'm my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Inside my heart, I really mean it. I'm sorry.
I had to give you grace for that, babe, because I did not understand that.
Right.
And you were trying for years to explain that to me. Like, babe, stop saying I don't care.
Yeah.
Stop saying I don't love you. I do love you.
Yeah.
I do care about you.
Yep.
It's just that I'm different than you, babe. I don't express emotions the way you express
That's
emotions. But you're demonizing me. You're attacking me. You're
Right.
telling me I'm cold. I'm heartless.
Right.
When I'm just different than you.
And that made me feel like something was wrong with me at times.
Correct.
Because I didn't know how to be different. That was a part of who I am. I knew I care, but I didn't know how to express it like you. But now with that difference, because we both had to humble ourselves, and we started to stop demonizing each other and learn from each other.
That's the part there I wanted to get to.
Yeah. We started learning from each other because you had to teach me how to be more empathetic and through my emotions, how to express more of those emotions.
And that's why I believe God made us so different, because it does take humility. It does take having a teachable spirit to allow your spouse to teach you. Now, we can't be out here in these streets saying, well, that's just the way I am. You know what I'm saying? Accept me the way I am. I'm cold, I'm heartless. I lack emotional intelligence. I lack empathy. And that's just the way I am. No, we can't be like that. We have to be teachable. And that's what I love about us, because we argued a lot over our differences. And then it got to a place where we're like, you know what? Show me. Holy Spirit first, teach me by your spirit, right? And then LaTroy, teach me what you need. And then we went a step further and got education.
That's it.
We got information.
That's it, y'all. Like, for real. Because honestly, when it comes to communicating and the way that we need to communicate, she has to teach me how to be more gentle and more empathetic. But I had to teach her on how to be more logical. Yeah. Like, because y'all ladies, y'all know now, when something happened, the first thing is, oh my God.
0 to 100.
You're like, oh my God, panicking and stuff like that. And the first person that get that panic is your husband. So that's something that you got to realize is like your husband is getting all of your emotions. And so when your husband is like, okay, hold on, baby, it's okay. It's all right. You may feel like he doesn't care, but we have to be the anchor. We can't panic like you do.
I appreciate that about you. You are my rock. You will help balance out your girl like in a great way. I appreciate that so much.
Come on.
Because
come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. Come on.
You have taught me, like, girl, get it together, like, calm down. Like, I remember one time we were having a disagreement. We were driving in the car. I'll never forget it.
Talk about
and I started off with whatever my issue was with you, but I was on about an 8, like out of 0 to 10. I was probably at an 8, and you said, babe, I don't mind talking, but can you just bring it down just a little bit, right? Bring it down. And so I stopped. Because my goal is to get through this conversation. I want you to be receptive to what I have to say. And so I took a pause and I stopped talking.
Right.
But I was still angry.
Yep.
So then I tried again. I came back a second time.
Yep.
Still, my energy was still at probably a 7.
We took about, it took about 3
3
tries.
times, yeah. It took 3 times.
She would pause. I'm like, babe, we don't have to talk to each other like that. She would back up. Say, okay.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. It was a struggle. It was a real struggle. Like, I'm sitting there watching her like, really? Is it that hard?
Yes. Negro. I'm ticked off. No.
Hold on. My knee don't grow. My knee don't grow. But it was that hard. Like, she...
Oh,
I'm like, why in the world?
I know.
But you, and I love that though. I love the fact that you were willing to try.
I recalibrated
and change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the part that I love. So, you changed that, and we was able to get through that conversation the right way.
The third time was the winner, fam.
Like, for real.
The third time I brought it down to a good probably 2.
Yeah.
And we were able to get through the conversation. So you taught me how to try to like remove some of that energy out of the conversation so that you can hear me, because my energy was giving you anxiety.
Man, I'm like, what in the world?
Wasn't working.
Like, is it that serious? Okay, let's go buy some more milk, baby.
Stop.
Just
stop.
It ain't that serious to talk about the groceries.
Moving on.
So that's a difference. So some of y'all may find like that's a difference in your communication.
Yeah.
But when you find this difference in the communication, this is a difference that you can actually grow out of and change and adapt to each other. But you got to be aware. This is the key word that we want y'all to get from this conversation.
Yeah.
You got to start to be aware of your differences.
Self-awareness.
Don't demonize the difference, okay?
Yeah.
So the next difference, what's the next difference, baby?
And we're going to move on because we're having a communication event, all right, on March 2nd, and we'll talk more about that. So the second area, love, that I feel that a lot of couples struggle with differences is in personal interests and hobbies. Like, a lot of couples are having a challenge of connecting or being more intimate because they're like, man, you don't like doing the same things I do.
Yeah.
You don't like listening to the same music. When it's time to travel, you want to go sit up in the hotel room all day. I want to go out and explore,
Yep.
and so a lot of times we're different in the things that we actually enjoy doing also.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that causes marital problems. Because one spouse is like, I'm more adventurous. I want to go out and do things. I want to hang glide and skydive and climb mountains and
Lord.
ride bikes and do stuff like that. But then the other spouse is like, we don't have to do all that to have fun. We don't.
I just want to be with you, baby.
We don't have to do.
I just want to sit in the house.
And see this exactly.
Yeah.
But where the problem comes in that is when you're not willing. You're just so stubborn and you're not willing to adapt or change or even consider how the other person feels. So now, sometimes you can demonize that person's difference and say, why you got to do all that?
Attacking each
Why
other.
you got to, why you want to do all that? Instead of trying to understand your spouse, it's like, why do you want to be a part of that club? Why do you want to do the, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah. It's like, in other words, I don't like you. That's what it sounds like out here in these streets. What you're really saying is I don't like who you are, and so we have to figure out how to tweak this, man, and be more supportive and embracing the differences and find a common ground. And that's something that we do, love. We find a common ground. Like, every April is our wedding anniversary and LaTroy's birthday. Right. And so we do have we do differ in activities a lot of times.
We do.
And I remember one year
in
vacations. And I remember one year we took the whole month of April and we did something that each of us wanted to do. On different weeks. So, for example, you wanted to go
kayaking. I'm the more adventurous one. And so I wanted to go kayaking and we went on the water.
Lord.
We went on the water.
We did.
I love this.
We did.
I love that. And I'm gonna continue, but Clarity say you on my row. Well,
girl.
Slide over, Clarity, because we coming down. But I wanted to do the more adventurous stuff. And Christina, she used to demonize.
Yeah.
She used to like reject the things that I like to do in those areas. You're like,
and
no,
vice versa. Like,
I know, I ain't do. Me getting out on that water? Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Nah. So,
but I did. Okay,
but she did.
I found common ground, and you got me out on this water, honey.
How was that experience?
Hilarious.
Talk about it.
Because who actually fell out of the boat?
Look, I thought
who fell out of the boat, y'all?
I thought I
this
saw
one
Jesus.
Right here.
I thought I saw Jesus. I thought I was having a Peter experience, and it
was funny. Y'all.
I thought I heard Jesus say, "Come on, walk." And I fell out of the boat.
You did.
But check this out. Long story short, check this out. Christina, it took her like almost 30 minutes to let go of the dock.
Oh my God.
Before, and check this. So
I conquered it, y'all. I did it.
Like, it was so funny, man. But she finally let it go. And the tide was taking her out. the current was taking her out down the river.
Low.
And so I was already in the water. She kind of zoomed past me because of the current.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to control myself, and I'm, drifting towards the bank
Yep.
of the river, and not knowing, because this was my first time actually on a kayak, And so I'm drifting, and I leaned over too far, trying to push away from the bank, and I tipped over.
Don't lean over in a
Straight
kayak.
over.
Oh no.
And all I could hear is, let's try. I said, babe, I'm okay.
Somebody save my husband.
And so I tipped over, and I'm getting up, baby. I'm okay. I'm calm.
You were very
baby,
calm.
I'm okay. And so she's still drifting away.
I need help too.
Backwards. She's drifting away backwards. And check this out. She started to see that she's drifting away. She said, forget LaTroy. Help me. Man, look, that was so the experience was so funny, y'all.
We laughed we're still laughing about it.
So crazy. But
Next week we did something that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And we booked a cooking class.
Yeah.
We booked a cooking class,
right.
and with some other couples, and we danced and we cooked, and then we ate what we cooked, and it was just very, very, very exciting and fun.
Yeah. It was. And
we did a lot of different things, but he had 1 week to choose what he wanted to do, and then I choose 1 week and vice versa. And we did that for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And so it's finding common ground. If you're different in the areas of your hobbies and your interests, just find common ground. Now, some things is non-negotiable now.
Because what the point that we're making, because just like we had a good experience with both the kayaking, it was kind of scary at first, but then it's a memorable experience.
And I'm glad I embraced it.
Right. And that's what I want to say. You said the exact words that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
We have to start embracing each other's differences.
Come on, babe.
And enjoying that experience instead of demonizing and making your spouse look crazy, and get into those things that they may be into that you might not particularly be interested in, but start to embrace each other's differences, and you'll find out that y'all can start to connect in different areas, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. And so, again, that's where it's at. If you want to deepen your intimacy in your relationship, you have to embrace it instead of demonizing it. All right.
Yeah.
And then the next area that we find love that we're different in is in the area of conflict. Conflict resolution, like repairing, getting past it. Some people, there's one spouse that is more easier to forgive and to let things go, and you may have another spouse that will hold a grudge for weeks, months, like just won't let things go, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, in the marriage, it hinders the growth.
Yeah.
This particular difference, okay, so for example, you, Love, are the one that we'll get into something.
Tell the truth.
And you're like,
all right,
I apologize. Let's go.
Let's go.
Get over it.
Come on.
Let's move on.
We got to move. We ain't got no time to sit here. Let's go. We married, so we apologize. I see what you're saying.
Bounce back.
Let's go.
Come on.
And that could be good or bad too.
Facts.
Because that, and I had to learn from you. It's like, I had to, because I was ready to go, and I grew up like this. Okay, I addressed the issue, let's move on, let's go. But then that can sometimes be inconsiderate too.
Yeah.
To how you feel.
Yep. And I love how you made that point. I agree. And so, but then you also taught me also how to let things go easier, because at the end of the day, if it's not leading to divorce, see, this is the thing. If the conflict is not like on that severe level of toxicity, like adultery or abuse, those type of conflicts, you're probably going to let linger for, come on, those are serious issues. So that's not something you want to go to your spouse and say, get over it.
Right. Yep.
Okay. But if you guys just had a disagreement today that led to an argument, or it escalated to an argument, we got to bounce back quicker. We got to learn how to recover and repair. And I appreciate you teaching me that, like, Love, we're wasting time. This is a distraction. Let it go.
It was a struggle. And
we talked about it already.
Some of y'all may struggle with that. And what we realized that most women have this struggle of moving on, because you are emotional, you need that conversation to bring you back in that connective state. And we find some men, is very few men that would hold on to the conflict. you know. But a lot of women will stay in that place, and boy, that used to get on my nerve.
I know. I know.
Okay, babe.
Let it go.
We already dealt with it. Can we please move on to the next? Can we move on with our marriage?
So,
Cause she'll ball up. She'll go in that room. She'll ball up under them covers.
get away.
And she'll put on.
Get away from me.
She'll put on Fantasia, Lose the Wind. I'm like, girl, you better like what?
Sometimes you gotta lose.
See that
to
right there?
live again.
I'm like
I'm
that.
good,
That would get on my nerve. I'm like, we just had a minor conflict.
I don't like the way you treated me during the conflict, sir.
You see, and Alan, what Alan say? Alan say the energy is still in the room. I got the kings in here.
Yeah.
Alan say the energy is still in the room.
Yeah.
See, and so that's what we feel. And but you know, you do have to. Let me say this: if y'all are like me out there, I had to learn to love her out of it.
Ooh.
You know, that's the thing.
I love that.
Because I would make it worse. Because of those differences, I didn't understand why you were stuck there. And so I would get irritated and like you still?
Like Takoya right here. She said, my husband will get mad because I'm mad.
Right.
See?
And so that's the way I was.
Yeah.
That's the way I was, Takoya. I was like, man, you still upset over that little stuff? Over that? That little bit of money? Like, you know, and so now she's upset because I'm upset because she's upset. And now that keeps the energy in the house. But what I learned is that if I wanted her to shift, then I had to stay continually in love. Rooted. Just stay rooted.
You know, when you start to learn and study your spouse and you realize they are just different, you know, maybe they need some time to grow up spiritually, maybe they just need some time emotionally to mature. And you know, that's what it was when I look at it hands down. I know it was God working with me because I started to recover quicker. You would agree to that?
You do. And then she would come to me and hug me and say, you know, I'm ready to move on.
I sure was.
I'm ready to move on.
I say, I'm not mad anymore, love.
So that gave her the control, you know. So our life and our marriage moves on when she says she's ready to move on.
Y'all see that? Did y'all see that?
All right.
Anywho.
Y'all pray for a brother. But that right there is a difference that, you know, another difference that you can adapt to. And change.
You gotta know your spouse. That's yours, that's your spouse, right? And so you just have to understand who they are, accept who they are, and keep it moving with some areas until they grow. Until they grow in that area, man, we're gonna have to give grace, right? So conflict resolution, the way we approach conflict resolution is definitely a difference also that we have. Some people gonna hold it until neverary, right? And some people want to just get over and move further. So here's another area, love, that I feel couples also struggle in the area of finances.
And I wanna make sure that we specify like these differences that we're sharing right now are acceptable differences, and they are differences that can be changed.
These are very common
and change and grow, and if you are willing to, you know, embrace each other's differences and hear each other out, these are things that can actually improve in your marriage. All right, but we're going to get into some categories that like there should be like no room for these type of differences.
And so another area that we differ in is our perspectives on finances. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it has a lot to do with maybe upbringing, you know, or what have you. But in a marital relationship, you may have one person that is like, sweetheart, I don't really think we should go on vacation right now. You know, I think we should save and, you know, and maybe even invest this in our business. Like let's push it forward into building a legacy. And the other person is like, nah, I want to enjoy life right now. I want to go to Jamaica. Come on through out here. I want to go to Egypt. I want to live life, man. I don't want to be saving all my money for the future. I want to live now. So how do you balance those differences? You see what I'm saying? One person wants to spend all the money and the other person is thinking more strategic about the finances, right? And so again, in order to merge those differences and find a common ground, we got to sit to the table, the Bible says, and reason together. Find a common ground. So why not budget and say, okay, love, let's do this month. Okay, let's go on a staycation. Maybe we can't go to Egypt, but maybe we can do a staycation this month.
And this is I see y'all responding, and we're gonna talk about the finances. We're going to talk about all these things, but we want to expose some of these differences. But we have some people who have these challenges, and it's causing a great divide in their marriage because they're like, this is my money. I'm going to keep this my money because you have a different spending habit. So because I don't like your spending habit, I rather not put our money together so I can do whatever I want to do. You see what I'm saying? I don't trust you. Let me do whatever I want to do. And so, but that caused division in the marriage. Some of y'all, how many of y'all put that on the timeline? You know, if that's you, that's you. Hey, we going through this right now, and we gonna talk about those finances. But it's not more about finance. It's more about operating as one unit.
That part.
You know.
And operating as one unit takes partnership.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? It's a partnership. There's two people in this marriage that are coming together. Nobody's going to dominate the other person. Nobody's going to control now. That's not what we're doing. We're equals in the eyes of God. We're equals in this thing. So we're going to find a common ground. I'm not going to say, no, we're not doing it.
Right.
Who are you? Like, and vice versa. You don't come at me like that. Like, we say, honey, what should we, what are your thoughts? What are your ideas? What is your perspective on it? You know, how can we do what's best for us moving forward? What are your thoughts on what we can do to move forward? It's a we thing.
That's a major, because finances is a major thing where once those differences are exposed, it's easy to demonize each other. But this is something that the enemy uses to keep that division in, because finances is almost like it will control the rest of the way you move. Because if you're divided in finances, there won't be it will transfer into other areas of your marriage.
Oh yeah, because I don't trust you. That's what that's saying. Trust, finances, being one in finances has a lot to do with trust, right? It has a lot to do with how safe you feel with that person. It has a lot to do with your perspective of that person's character too. You know, you're not going to merge your money with somebody you don't trust. You feel me? And so financial unity has a lot to do with trusting one another. So now you got to go back in the past to figure out when did that trust, how did that trust get depleted?
That's it.
Right? Maybe there's something that still needs to be talked out or worked out that you're still hurting from, right? That you need to process. Because until we can become one in finances,
come on,
are we really one?
Ooh, and your differences could be causing that division. Yes. So what we suggest in this area, definitely, you have to sit down. Don't demonize each difference, but be aware that you have these differences. But don't push each other away because of the difference. Let's say, okay, how can we come to even playing field in this area? Because I know you have a different style, I have a different style of spending.
Yep.
But how can we come together as one unit? Because honestly, the whole premise of doing this topic is because your differences can be your strengths.
Facts.
You know, so in finances is like, okay, you're stronger in this area and I'm stronger in this area. So how can we get together to make sure that our marriage and our unity is strong when it comes to finances?
That's partnership.
Come on, talk.
That right there, love, is partnership. And I'm blessed that that's what we have.
Come on,
and that's
baby.
what we've always had. We've been together 27 years.
Come on.
And 23 years, we've always had unity and oneness in finances. You know, we've always merged everything. Everything we own is in both of our names. Everything.
Since day
business,
one.
personal, you name it, from day one. And that speaks to the love of trust that we have in one another, you know? But staying in that vein, when it comes to managing our finances, there's differences there.
There's differences.
Right?
Because you like when Christina says that she going to the store and getting a bottle of milk.
There we go.
She going to the store and getting a bottle of milk.
That happened yesterday, matter of fact.
If she going to the store and getting a bottle of milk, y'all help me to understand this. Help your brother understand.
Okay.
If someone says that they're going to the store and getting a bottle of milk, and they come back with $200 and something worth of groceries, help Help me. Am I crazy? Help me out. Help me out here now.
Okay, love. Okay, so
help me to understand.
We are different in that area because I'm the manager, love.
Okay, all right.
All right, you allow me to manage.
Explain that to me.
You allow me to manage. We've decided.
Hold on, let me drink some coffee.
We have decided that I'm the manager. Okay, so I know the state of the house.
Katrina say milk turns into many items. This anointing comes upon her. I don't know what it's like she multiplies what I don't know what it is. If she goes to the store and like, I'm thinking she gonna come back with the milk that she says she gonna come back with. She got the milk.
But you be grateful for everything I bring back in this house. Let's go.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
I know. But that used to irritate you.
No. But that wasn't it.
Okay.
That's not the thing that irritated me.
Okay.
The thing that used to irritate me because I would take her to the store.
Oh Lord.
And she would say, I'm just gonna get the milk. She walks in the store, so I'm thinking, and this is during the summertime. I'm thinking, okay, my baby gonna be back in about 5, maybe 10 minutes. 45 minutes to an hour go by. I'm like,
oh, Father, because I'm thinking ahead, love. I'm like, dang, I need this for next week. I got to cook this and I got to get that. Oh, yeah.
I came to the store out here and I was light skinned. I done burn up. I'm light skinned. By the time she come back, she's scared because she's like, who this man in my car?
And I feel so bad walking to the car.
Up.
I said, Lord, my husband gonna get me, right? And I'm walking to the car and I'm just like, oh my God. But I love how you
that burn up.
I think you've just
Charcoal. Who this man? Oh my God. She's like, who this man in my car? All she can see is my teeth.
Babe.
Burn up.
But it used to really, really get under your skin. You're like, man. Babe, come on, babe. Now, come on now. You say, used to hold me accountable. Okay. And then you started just accepting that this is just my wife. This is just who she, that happens often. And I don't know why that is. My intention when I go though is really to get milk or eggs.
And that
for
is
real. And I don't know.
That's her intention. I know this is a segue, a little thing, but I like what Shawanda say. To say inflation takes up $200 quick.
Come on, sis.
Like for real.
I've been shopping for 20 years, 20 plus.
$200, and she come back with 3 bags. I'm like, what? 200.
It's different out here in these streets.
$200.
I have been doing this groceries, love, for 23 years.
I'm like, baby, you got a buggy in there that you ain't bring back? I spent $200 for what? Milk, bread, and 1 piece of meat. I'm like, $200.
Actually, I ain't even been no meat in the bag. I ain't even had no meat. But yeah, so that is definitely a difference that we have, y'all. And it used to be this thing, and I could feel your energy when I got back in the car. You would just be quiet. And I'm like, oh, Lord, he's mad at me.
I can't even move. I'm stuck to the seat. Burn up. Stuck to the seat.
Let's move on, y'all.
Okay.
Oh, Father. So as you can see, we can find humor also in our differences, okay? Yep. There's a lot of differences that we have, and we've just been starting to just really accept it, man. Like, there's things about you, I'm just like, that's just my husband.
Yeah.
I'm a slide and I'm gonna keep it moving. Don't even waste it.
We see a Kia that like definitely different. Kia says definitely different.
Yes.
But y'all look, hey, check this out. Burn up, Shawanda. Burn up. Black. Because I done been sitting in there for an hour.
I know, Shawanda.
She's scared of me.
I know.
Don't even know.
I just feel so bad.
But those are the differences that can change. So financial differences. If but you got to be very careful with financial differences because that says that there's no unity. But there are other differences that's unacceptable. That we gonna get into.
Y'all know we got to touch on this before we get out of here. There are some differences that are non-negotiable. I'm talking unacceptable at the end. Unacceptable.
There we go. We got our dog in here.
That's Shiloh.
That's Shiloh. He won his cameo. He won his cameo up in here. But there are unacceptable differences. And what are those things, baby?
So one unacceptable difference is our shared values. There's core values at the core of our relationship that have to be the same.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We got to believe the same.
That's
now.
it.
At the end of the day now, there's some things that are non-negotiable, like the things that are most important to us,
Right.
such as family, such as our spiritual life, God, such as, morals, our
Yep.
moral differences, has to be the same. Because at the end of the day, if it's not,
Yep.
it's definitely going to hinder the growth and the connection in the relationship. So you guys have to sit down and talk about core values. Honey, what are the top 5 things in life that you value? You better know, because out of those values is going to determine the way we behave. It's going to determine how we move. It's going to determine communication, the way we do finances, the way we approach conflict. Like, a lot of our core values is what we're supposed to live out of.
Yeah, and this is the thing, because if your core values do not match up and these differences are arising in your marriage, there is going to be major conflict.
Oh,
so
say that again.
So what it looks like is like, I believe in Christ, but then you have someone that don't believe in Christ. I don't believe in Christ. I believe that there's whatever, and that will cause a difference. I believe that we should have a monogamous relationship that it's between me and you.
Faithfulness and commitment.
But you got somebody else that says, whenever I get happy, when I'm not happy, I believe that it's okay to invite other people in our relationship.
Hey,
those are core value issues that got to be cut, and that's unacceptable differences.
Yeah.
I believe that there's so many different things. When it comes to your core values, if you do not agree with your core value, there is going to be conflict. Like the things that we shared above in the beginning of the podcast is like, those things you can grow and change. But if you have somebody that is stubborn, that is already like concrete and sealed in their core and what they believe,
belief system,
in their belief system, there is going to be major challenges in your marriage. Not saying that you can't get through or live with, because the Bible said if you live with an unbeliever, if they willing to stay, you still can live with them. But there won't be that God picture of a marriage if you living with someone where your core values don't match.
Oh yeah, because it's ingrained in you. Your core values is who you are. It makes up your character. It has everything to do with your behavior. And so I can't change what you believe now.
That's it.
If this is what you believe,
I believe that.
Oh, honey, we gonna have problems in the marriage. You feel me? If what you believe is contrary to check this, what I believe and what God believes.
See, you believe. I believe that it's okay to smoke a little something and to get high and to club and go to strip clubs and stuff like that. But now, if you got a wife that says, hold on, no, I believe in God's standards.
Yeah, I believe in purity.
I believe in purity.
Yeah.
You are going to have some issues. If you don't believe, there's certain core values that you have to agree on.
Amen.
Because if you don't agree on it, then the enemy, the devil, because there's a devil that's after our marriage.
There's a devil loose. Listen.
The devil will use those things to try to split you up.
Facts.
Period.
Facts. And this probably has a lot to do with a lot of the conflict that y'all having right now in your marriage.
Come on.
Do you believe the same? The Bible says 2 can't walk together except they agree, right? So you got to sit down and figure out what your spouse believe. I needed to know, honey, because it wasn't until we had these conversations on core values, like we literally took out paper and pen. And we wrote down our top 10 core values. We did it separately, and then we brought it together. And I shared with you what I believe, what are my core values, and vice versa. And then we took those values, and then we said, okay, now what are our marriage core values, right? What are going to be the things that our marriage is going to show to the world? What are we going to show to our kids? What are we going to show to the world?
Ooh, and I like that. Delisa I like that, Delisa, and I definitely. She said, but should that be discussed before marriage? Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, but unfortunately, like with us, so many marriages, so many people are pushed to get married based upon feelings, how you feel. Oh, I love him.
Flesh.
I love her. It's flesh. And it's not
You
a
look
logical
good.
type thing. It's not by wisdom. It's not by God's standard. How many of y'all have gotten married based upon just the emotional connection? You know, we vibing, we cooling, we doing the same thing. We were high school sweethearts and you got married, but it's never been about the core values.
Yes.
It's never been about what I value, what God values.
Because a lot of times before marriage, it's about the physical attraction.
Yep.
You see, we're attracted to the physical. We're attracted to what this person can do for me.
Yep.
But marriage is about sacrifice. And God will take these two different beings, right?
Yeah.
And he'll put us together. And it's going to take sacrificial love and unconditional love and the help of God to allow us to become one. Right. And so it's going to cause us to be humble. We're going to have to change. We're going to have to grow spiritually. And so, listen, fam, there are some differences in marriage that we demonize when it comes to you're not like me, I'm not like you. And we demonize and we attack one another in the natural common areas, such as what we just talked about, communication styles, personal hobbies and interests, conflict resolution approaches, and financial perspectives. Those are just some to name a few. But when it comes to unacceptable differences, we believe your shared values and your core values is something that should not be negotiable.
Yes.
All right. You need to sit down with each other and find out what you believe.
Oh my God. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We ain't done yet. Like, we want to get into real conversations with y'all. If y'all got any questions or anything after we share what Married for Real has for you, because we want to serve you. You know, there's other resources that we want to make available to you. But after we come back, y'all, we're going to have the for real conversation where y'all are able to ask us some questions or even just talk things through. Talk about what we're talking about right now. You know, we're going to have some real conversations. All right, y'all? Y'all stay tuned. Get y'all questions ready.
And put it on the timeline.
Put it on the timeline because we will answer some of y'all questions. All right?
Certified marriage mentors LaTroy and Christina Brown have a new book, The Marriage Mouth. They are the founders of Married for Real and have been reaching hundreds of thousands of people around the world with their transparent and relevant approach to common marriage issues. So many people have been asking for the book, and now you can have it for yourself. This dynamic book is full of powerful topics, prayers, and confessions. It's a book you'll never be done with. It was designed to use as a spiritual guide and tool to address most marital situations. The Marriage Mouth. Your mouth is a weapon. Don't use it against your spouse. Order your copy today at Amazon.com or go to our website at marriedforreal.com.
Are you ready to transform your relationship? Join us Saturday, March 2nd, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Marriage Communication Edit online workshop. Limited to 100 couples. Unlock the secrets to a stronger, more connected marriage with LaTroy and Christina, your expert marriage mentors. This exclusive event is designed to enhance your communication skills and revolutionize conflict management in your relationship. Here's what you can expect. Effective communication techniques. Learn how to express your thoughts and feelings with clarity and empathy. Conflict management strategies. Discover practical approaches to resolve conflicts and strengthen your bond. Q&A sessions. Get personalized insights as LaTroy and Christina answer your burning marriage questions. Don't miss out on this transformative opportunity. Limited spots available, so secure your spot today. Elevate your marriage. Register now at marriedforreal.com and embark on a journey to a more fulfilling relationship. See you there.
We're coming to Las Vegas. Join us for a fun-filled weekend of reconnecting with your significant other in Las Vegas, Nevada. This in-person event is designed to bring couples closer together through exciting activities and quality time. Take a break from the daily grind and enjoy a rejuvenating weekend getaway. Rekindle your love with engaging workshops, romantic dinners, and adventurous outings. Don't miss this opportunity to strengthen your bond and create lasting memories. Reserve your spot now for an unforgettable Mr. and Mrs. Reconnect weekend. Guest speakers are LaTroy and Christina, a husband and wife team that are committed to helping couples build healthy and loving marriages. The event cost per couple is $350. Lord of the Harvest Ministries is committed to creating an inclusive and accessible event. If you need a reasonable accommodation or for more information, please contact our office at 571-494-5658. All requests must be made by February 1st. Vegas, here we come!
Married for Real understands the devastation and hurt that infidelity can bring to a marriage. They experienced that pain firsthand and could have given up, but instead they chose to persevere and rebuild their relationship. LaTroy and Christina were healed supernaturally and want to show you how. The Beyond Infidelity course will provide you with the tools and guidance necessary to reclaim and restore your relationship. This comprehensive program is designed to help married couples who are suffering from infidelity and want to heal. Married for Real invites you to join them on the journey to healing and redemption. Get the course today at marriedforreal.com. Look under the Marriage Help tab.
All right. All right.
All right, fam.
Look, y'all, we ready right now. Now it's time for the For Real conversations. We want y'all to actually put up your questions right now. We see you, Takoya. We're going to come to you right now, but put up y'all questions. Y'all already know we're going to talk about the real stuff. And if we don't know the answers to what you're asking, then we just going to tell y'all we don't know. We're just going to be real because we don't know everything, all right? But with our over 23 years of experience and over 20 years of ministry and study and research, we consider ourselves to be professionals, right?
Hey.
So we want to definitely answer your question. We are certified marriage mentors. We do workshops, mentorship, and one-on-one sessions. So if you need a session, you can go to our website at marriedforreal.com. But Takoya, we definitely want to get to you. We want to start answering some of these questions. She said, what if your spouse uses conflict as a reason to withhold things they know you need from them? Basics.
Man, that's immaturity, you know? That's what we were saying earlier. Like, we all have different growth levels. We grow at different paces, you know, personal growth and development, you know, just like our kids. When we think back on, we have 3 children and they mature at different levels. And so if somebody's withholding, then that just means they haven't been yet perfected in love. And I would recommend getting some help, getting a third party. Getting some counsel, getting some mentorship so that person can be held accountable. That's another reason why people be, you know, acting all kind of way. There's no accountability. You know, there's no accountability. And so we recommend getting like a third party involved, especially if it's consistent, if it's something that, because it's witchcraft, you know, when you're withholding, you're trying to control somebody, you know, when you're withholding something from somebody that is rightfully theirs.
And that's the behavior of someone who isn't sure that they even want the marriage. Because, you know, I remember when I was like that, like, you ready for an argument so that it gives you an excuse to go do whatever the heck you want to do.
That part.
You know, but that was the season where I didn't want the marriage.
See there?
You know, I really didn't want, because if you really want the marriage, you're going to do the opposite. I'm going to try to keep the peace so that we stay connected. But if you don't want something, then you're going to try to do any and everything to get away.
Starting an argument.
You know?
So you can, you know, she mad or he mad now, so I can go call up my homeboy or my homegirl and I can go do what I want to do. See, come on. What we doing?
Come
you
on.
know, we know what we be doing out here. You know, you intentionally trying to start an argument. Okay, you trying to go and do what you want to do.
Can we be real?
Just stop.
Come on. We just going to be real, you know.
Cut it out.
Okay. All right, I got somebody else here. Who's this? Chanel. Chanel. How do you deal with the spouse who rejects and resents you?
Ooh, ouch. Rejects and resents you. Well, that resentment could be coming from hurt, you know, honestly. You know, when we give off these negative emotions, it's coming from somewhere, you know. And so if you love somebody, you want to sit down and try and seek to understand their heart, you know. And so I would just say, lead with love. That person's hurting, there's hurt, and they could also be battling with just unforgiveness. Maybe you've already talked about it, because that, the Bible talks about a root of bitterness. That thing is so deeply rooted in you. Nothing but the love of God can uproot it. So the only way, don't be resentful in return. Don't eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Like, don't do that. Tit for tat. I would say use the love of God if that person's resentful and they're rejecting you. And I'm sure you're hurt too by that. Rejection hurts. Rejection hurts. So I just empathize with how you're feeling. As well. But let's sit down and get to the root of the resentment. Yeah,
that part right there, I want to end it with that. Like, if you find out that there are resentment, then we suggest you get some help. Sit down with someone that you can speak to. The Bible says seek godly counsel. So if you can't reach him, you can't talk to him, he's rejecting you, then you need to get help. You need to sit with him and say, look, we need to get some help because there's obviously something in between us that we need to get dealt with. So
don't do it alone.
The thing about it, you cannot change people, because that's the thing that's gonna get you frustrated, because you're gonna try to inject your perspective and you need to do this, or why are you acting like this, and it's gonna get you upset. And then you're gonna start becoming resentful,
bitter and resentful.
So it's we're dealing with spirits.
There's a devil loose.
We're dealing with spirits, and you don't want that type of spirit to now be operate in you.
Okay.
So you have to go and get godly counsel. If you're the one that's level-headed, you're the one that's 100% into the marriage, then you need to go get that help.
Yeah, and again, love. That's always the answer. Love is the answer. Honey, have I hurt you in any way? Approach them with real love. Honey, have I hurt you? If I have, I'm deeply sorry about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's see. What other question we got? Thank y'all for that question. Let's go. We see y'all. Thank y'all definitely for your interactions and everything. Let's see. Chanel, she said, I feel like he hasn't fully been healed from the past.
That's what happened. Yeah, there's issues from the past that's going to cause a lot of negative behavior in the present, So we got to sit down. Communication, man, I'm telling you, you got to resolve that old stuff. We're just reading your comments first, and so we can see which ones we want to put up.
Okay, let's deal with this one. Lauren, we thank y'all. She says, me and my husband are currently separated because of infidelity, all right? And he tries to say I'm making it up. When I'm bringing the receipts in the hotel room and the pictures and females in the truck. How do I move on with the marriage when he doesn't admit his wrong?
Ouch.
Sorry that you're going through this too. Sorry that you're going through this.
My God, sis. Oh, that's a tough one. God hates divorce, but he also hates adultery too. Adultery is the tearing away of, it's severing the marriage covenant. So that goes back to those unacceptable differences. You feel me? And so you have to draw the line. There has to be a standard expectations that has to be set. So we went through this, and if I remember when I was feeling like there was a thing, I didn't have all the receipts. I had this they say intuition. I had this inner knowing, right?
Yep.
I was ready to get a divorce on that.
Yep.
That was all it needed for me. And I told you that. I was like, I'm getting a divorce. You stayed out.
Yep.
I don't know who you've been with. I don't know where you at. I don't have all of the details.
Yep.
But I don't want you. I want a divorce based off of this, because you're tearing away. This is us. What we doing? You feel me? So that's something that you and God is going to have to work through as to, what is right for you, because this isn't a one size fit all when it comes to adultery. It involves so much, because there's different levels to it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so without us knowing all the details surrounding it, I would recommend setting up something personally to get some guidance on that.
Yeah.
And you can reach out to us on our website.
Yeah, because one of the first things that have to happen is everything has to be put on the table. Now, if you're saying that you have the receipts, you got the proof, and he's still denying it, that still says that he isn't willing to be honest, even in the future.
Okay.
And that maybe he's afraid. I don't know what it is, but everything has to be put on the table. And we explain that through our actual course.
That part, yeah.
If he's willing to go through the course, we think that would be a great resource for y'all. You can go to our website at marriedforreal.com and actually get the course.
That's
and it
good,
walks
yeah.
you through the steps of the infidelity.
Yep.
And it could explain everything that has to happen more than we can explain it right now today.
And there's over 20 videos that we taught ourselves, okay? We're very transparent in the videos. We talk about the severity of infidelity. Number one, we talk about the emotional trauma that it brings, right, into the marriage. We talk about how to rebuild the foundation. So go ahead and get that course on our website at marriedforreal.com.
Yep. I don't want to mess your name up, so I'll just put it up there. You said,
I'm going to say Ariana.
Ariana, there we go. How do
Noel.
you deal with your spouse making inappropriate jokes? We talk about it a few times before we would argue about it. He got better, but now he's doing again around our friend groups.
Ouch. See, that's hurtful. We don't ever want to humiliate or embarrass our spouse. That's not love. That's not the love of God. And so I'm sorry that you have to feel like that, number one. And I imagine you've already told him it hurts, and you said he's gotten a little better. We can't change, our spouse. I feel like maybe if it's coming from, I hate to say it, outside of you, maybe he doesn't understand the severity of what he's doing, and maybe it needs to be like a third party. We get into a session with the two of you, LaTroy and I, and we can share some information and have him hear it from a different angle and a different perspective, because the goal is to touch our spouse's heart, not to, maybe he's hearing it like, oh, you're just exaggerating, you're making something out of nothing. He's minimizing your feelings, basically. He's devaluing how you feel. So again, maybe if he can hear it from a different angle and a different perspective, it might shed some light on why he needs to change.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. I would say if you have already communicated and it's like, he still does it, then he needs some accountability. Honestly, talk with someone. Like the best thing that we've ever done is got people in our business, mature people.
We had to, y'all,
in our business that was able to say, hey, no, that's not right. This is right, but that right there is not right. So people that can hold us accountable to being that husband and wife that we need to be. So
I want to say something in regards to accountability.
Yeah.
I remember one time you used to tell me I was being disrespectful. Right. And I remember we had a whole argument over this one time, and we had to get counsel. And we met with a pastor friend couple, and I remember the husband gave me a different perspective on it because I challenged you on it. I was like, that's not disrespectful. Come on. I was downplaying how you felt.
You did. You being honest. I'm glad you're being honest.
Lord. Okay, your girl has changed out here. And once I got a different angle, you've been telling me all along, but it wasn't until I got that counsel and a different perspective, and he was telling me, Christina, it's about honor at the end of the day, right, Christina? And that's what LaTroy is feeling. He's not feeling honored, okay? And so I was like, oh, I never really thought of it like that. See? So that's what godly counsel can do when you get that unbiased perspective.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna do prudence. We're gonna do this question, and we're gonna let y'all go, y'all. But how can I make my husband understand that it's okay to ask me to help him, especially with our finances?
You are the help, girl. Like you are the helper. That's what wife means, right? But again, he just needs to gain that perspective. Maybe he was used to always doing things on his own as a child. Like we don't know the background. We got to understand why our spouse do the things they do. He probably was the oldest child or something, and always had to, or maybe he never had help, nobody to help him do anything, and so he takes more of an independent approach to things, right? But marriage is about partnership. And again, it's about renewing our mind.
Yeah.
He may need information
Yeah.
on how to live in a kingdom marriage,
Yeah.
right? You know, and with that new information, maybe his behaviors will be new,
Yeah.
right? And so that's what we would say. He may need information on what being married looks like.
And I also want to say that maybe it depends on the atmosphere of the home too, because if he doesn't already feel like a man, if he doesn't already feel like a leader, if he doesn't already feel like that king,
Okay.
then he's going to be reluctant to ask you for anything. So we don't know y'all personally.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So do you make him feel like a man? Because do you encourage him? Are you speaking words into his life, or do you make him feel like maybe he's not enough? Because I know when a man is reluctant to go and ask that wife for help, if he doesn't feel, if he feels like she's going to use it against him.
All right.
You know, so not saying that that's what it is, but just kind of think about that. You know, ask yourself that.
Yeah, because we've dealt with some couples like that. Y'all know we mediate and we mentor throughout the week. And, you know, I'm reminded of a couple we worked with recently where the husband was intimidated of his wife. He felt like she would always come at him or talk at him like a child. Yeah. You know, that's and so he was reluctant to go to her and ask her for anything because she would reprimand him. Yep. You know what I'm saying, sis? So again, there's different perspectives out here. You know, there's always a why to people's behaviors sometimes. You know?
And that's the thing with the differences, that this topic is perfect for this question, because sometimes we can demonize our spouse, but we can sometimes be the hindrance to our spouse opening up to us, you know, and not saying that we do things intentionally, but sometimes you do have to think about yourself. Yeah. How do I make my husband or my wife feel?
Self-awareness.
Am I making them feel like they need to close in? Am I being a safe place for my spouse?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, we need to be each other's peace. You know what I'm saying? Each other's safe place. You know, I don't ever want you to need something from me, love, and you feel afraid to come and ask me, and vice versa. I hope you would not want that as well.
Absolutely.
Like don't ever feel apprehensive, like you're nervous. I am the place. I'm the girl for the job.
Right.
You know, so if there's anything you need, if you feel that way, then I must have done something. I got to fix this.
You got to fix it. So I would ask those questions first. You know, am I making my husband feel safe? Am I making my husband feel safe? Because if he isn't at that position to ask you, hey baby, I need some help with his finances, or whatever the case may be, then that just says he doesn't feel safe enough to.
So there you go. It could be him, you know. We're not going to put it all on you. It could be his background, always having this independent spirit, but then it could also be something you're doing, right? And so it's about self-awareness, right? Yeah. We got to take a step back and then listen. I would say, you know, honey, have I done something to you that makes you feel like you can't come to me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if I have, I apologize for that. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. And man, I love this, y'all. We love this. We would love to hold y'all all day. But let me tell y'all something. We do this every single week, Thursday at 12 o'clock. We have a topic and we want to have these conversations with y'all. But also, y'all, we want to make sure that the people are here. Make sure y'all like our page and follow our page. Make sure y'all follow our page.
Yeah, what's up to the YouTube followers? What's good?
What's up, YouTube followers? We see y'all Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, everything. Y'all make sure y'all put some comments on the timeline to boost up that reach. Yes. But man, make sure y'all follow the page and everything. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. But look, I think we done. Like, y'all make sure y'all work on your differences. Don't demonize each other. Start talking about those differences and be willing to change to accommodate each other's needs.
There you have it. And one final thought we want to leave you guys with is every marriage struggles. A lot of couples struggle. I'll say a lot instead of every, but many couples struggle in the area of communication.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. If we don't know how to communicate, if we don't, embrace active listening and learn emotional intelligence and learn how to actually sit down and have a conversation, it's going to hinder us getting to that next level. So we've put on an event, right? It's online because most of our followers are all over the world, right? And so it's March 2nd. I don't know if you want to put but it's March 2nd at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to our website today. Go ahead and lock it in. It's only $69. When I say only, I mean only per couple. That's it.
I'm going to put that promo. This is what she's talking about, y'all. But just remember, join this. If y'all want to learn how to communicate better.
Get skills.
Come to this. It's online. Y'all make sure y'all come and join us. Book this thing today because the spaces are limited. But y'all make sure y'all get this today. I think that we good, baby.
That's it, fam. We love you, all of you. We want to shout y'all out real fast. Hey, Desiree Hicks. Hey, again, Takoya. Thank you for being on here.
We got you, Daniel.
Tiffany, Daniel.
We see you, Daniel. Desiree, with Brenda.
He said one day my wife and I want to meet y'all.
Definitely.
We planning something live here in Atlanta, you guys, and God willing, in June. So stay tuned for that.
Ebony, our sister rockin'. Michael, we see you.
Charlotte, what's good?
Kia, we love y'all, man. We gonna get out here, but y'all join up. Y'all sign up for this marriage communication edit.
It's through Zoom, all right?
It's time to edit your communication. And remember, if you take these messages and you apply it to your life, you too can say through it all,
we still win.
See y'all next time.
Are you ready to transform your relationship? Join us Saturday, March 2nd, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the Marriage Communication Edit online workshop. Limited to 100 couples. Unlock the secrets to a stronger, more connected marriage with LaTroy and Christina, your expert marriage mentors. This exclusive event is designed to enhance your communication skills and revolutionize conflict management in your relationship. Here's what you can expect. Effective communication techniques. Learn how to express your thoughts and feelings with clarity and empathy. Conflict management strategies. Discover practical approaches to resolve conflicts and strengthen your bond. Q&A sessions. Get personalized insights as LaTroy and Christina answer your burning marriage questions. Don't miss out on this transformative opportunity. Limited spots available, so secure your spot today. Elevate your marriage. Register now at marriedforreal.com and embark on a journey to a more fulfilling relationship. See you there.